So good morning, everyone. In today's class, we will discuss the extra questions of chapters in the Kingdom of Fools and the Happy Friend, right? So I hope all of you would participate in the discussion of extra questions, whatever the ideas you have, whatever the points you want to mention, you are free to do that, but make sure that you raise your hand, and when I name any student, only then you unmute yourself. Hanji. So the first question is, what advice was given by the Guru to his disciple before leaving the city? What was the disciple's response? The advice given to the disciple by the Guru before leaving the city, and what was his response? Yes, Anshika.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am,
Good morning.
Guru said told his disciple that this kingdom is of fools, and you won't know that what they will do next to you. So you should leave this kingdom.
Right answer. Anyone else who wants to add any point in it? Yes, Narinder.
Yes, ma'am. The Guru advised his disciple to leave this town with him, as he knew that this is a kingdom of fool, and there anything can happen any day, and he should go with him.
Mm-hmm. And what was the reaction or what was the response of the disciple? Himanshi, what was the response of the disciple when Guru gave this advice to him? Himanshi, unmute yourself. हाँ जी, बोलिए बेटा. Himanshi, you are not audible to me, beta. I'll move to some other students. Yes, Siddhima, unmute yourself.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, the disciple didn't listen to the advice of his guru, and and decided to live in that kingdom only because the food and everything in that kingdom was so cheap that he was very happy, and his selfishness didn't allowed to listen to his guru.
Right answer. Himanshi, your answer is also right. I've read it in the chat box. You were not audible, but the answer you have written in chat box is correct. So Guru gave the advice to disciples that they should leave that place because that place is not suitable for them to live, as the people there are unpredictable. So what they would do next, no one could judge, and that may cause any harm to the disciple. But that disciple didn't pay any heed to his guru's advice, and decided to stay in that kingdom, for he was getting everything so cheap, a good food and good diet, and he wanted to lead that kind of life where he could eat to his fill. Yes. Next question is, whom did the merchant blame for the death of the thief? Whom did the merchant blame for the death of the thief? Yes, Vansh, boliye beta.
Yes, ma'am. So the merchant blamed the rich the rich person who was the owner of the house he was because he told the merchant to make his jewelry first. That's why the young lady got his jewelry late, and which distracted, and because of that, which distracted the bricklayer, and the he made the wall. He made a weak wall.
Vansh, whom did the merchant blame? Would you please repeat the first line? Whom did the
And
merchant blame for the death of the thief?
ma'am, the rich person, the rich person who was the owner of the house.
Because that person himself was the owner of the house, the merchant was himself the owner of the house. This is what I'm asking. Whom did he blame? Merchant, that rich person, whom did he blame?
His father.
No.
Because
That was the whole circle when people blamed each other. At first place, whom did that merchant blame for the death of the thief?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Hanji, who is there?
ma'am, it can be the bricklayer.
It can be nahi Vansh. It is the
It is
bricklayer.
the yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I thought the afterward.
No,
So
in
he
the
blamed
beginning.
he blamed the bricklayer because he told that bricklayer made a weak wall, and that's why when when the person who filed the who complained made a complaint in the king's court, his brother died because of that weak wall when stealing things.
Right.
Is it
Once your voice was cracking, so I couldn't make out what you said exactly. But your answer that the merchant blamed the bricklayer is right. So at first place, the merchant blamed bricklayer for the death of the thief. Hanji. Next is how did the bricklayer save himself? How did the bricklayer? Yes, Rivya. How did the bricklayer save himself?
The bricklayer was accused by the rich merchant that he made a weak wall, which made the due to which the robber died. And to save himself, the bricklayer said that there was a dancing girl who was going up and down the street all day when he was making the wall, and because of jingling of her anklets, he couldn't keep his eyes or mind on the wall which he was building and couldn't concentrate on that.
The right answer. So bricklayer saved himself by blaming the dancing girl, because the day he was making that wall, there was a girl who was coming up and down the street, and bricklayer could not concentrate on his work. That is why he could not, that the wall he made was weak and it fell. I hope this answer is clear to everyone. Moving further, why did the king's servant arrest the disciples? Why did the king's servant arrest the disciples? Hanji, Kashish.
Yes, ma'am. The answer is that after so many debates, the king decided that at last the blame was to be put on the rich merchant, because he was the only one who was to be blamed. But he was so thin to fit in the stake. That's why the king ordered his messengers to find out the person who could fit in this stake. So because someone needed to be punished, so when they went around for the look, they found the disciple. He was so fat as he just depended upon the bananas, wheat, and rice, and had become like a fat bull. So they arrested him.
Right answer. I hope this answer is clear to you, but I'll revise it once. That the rich merchant who was to be executed was too thin to fit in the new set. They wanted someone who could be fitted properly in that stake, and there was a disciple who ate to his fill for so many months, staying in that kingdom, and he had grown fat. And the servant found him for the execution, because he was the one who could be fitted properly in the stake. Next is, why did Guru and the disciples start fighting? Sorry, first we'll discuss this question. What plan did the Guru make to save his disciples? What plan did the Guru make to save his disciples? Yes, Salil.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the Guru made a plan to trick the king and his ministers by by saying that the stock was stock of the god, and whosoever will die it on first would be the king, next king of the kingdom, and the second would be the minister of the kingdom.
Second would be the minister of the kingdom. Okay. उसके बाद, how do you conclude it? How do you conclude it?
Ma'am,
Yes,
so
I would-
the guru and the disciples start fighting for this only, by which the greed of the king and his ministers made themselves to die on the stock.
Right. But when you start any question, you have to conclude it properly. Your answer was lacking conclusion, right? And the next is, why did the guru and the disciples start fighting? Was it a real fight? Yes, Mankiran.
Yes, ma'am. The guru and the disciple started fighting because the guru told the disciple a plan in a low voice. The disciple understood that, and the guru desired to die first. So, according to the plan, the disciple also did the same. So, this led to the fight, and this was not a real fight.
Right answer. That this was not the real fight. They started to fight to die first on the stack, so that the king and his minister, they are compelled to think that the one who dies first would be reborn as the king and minister. So this was not the real fight. This is how they saved themselves. The guru and the disciples, they saved themselves. Hanji. Next is Happy Prince. Okay. Why did the prince want to help the playwright? Why did the king want to help the playwright? Let me ask. I wish more students raise their hand. Harshit, unmute करिए अपने आप को. Harshit, unmute yourself. Kite. Not getting connected. Okay. We'll move to Parneet. Parneet, unmute करिए बेटा.
The prince wanted to help the playwright because the playwright was tired of writing plays. He had to submit a play to the director, but he was cold. He didn't have any firewood and he was hungry, so the prince decided to help him.
Right. So the prince decided to help him. Okay, Harshit, I do agree that there was network issue, so you couldn't unmute yourself. Anji, next question is, was the statue of Happy Prince beautiful? Shrey. Shrey, yes, was the statue of
Please
Happy Prince
repeat the
beautiful?
question. Your voice was not audible.
Was the statue of Happy Prince beautiful? Shrey, am I audible now?
Ma'am, your voice is cutting.
Am I audible to others?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am, you
a
are
voice
audible.
is a bit crackling.
Okay, voice is a bit cracking. I'll repeat the question, Shrey. I hope this time you get my voice. Was the statue of the Happy Prince beautiful?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, the statue of the Happy Prince was beautiful when all the ruby, the gold, and the sapphires were on the statue of the Happy Prince. But he wanted to give it to all the poor. So when he told the swallow to give all the precious things on him to the poor to help them, he became dull and grey, and the mayor ordered to pull the statue down.
So, better you need to mention both the situations. Okay. In the beginning, we'll say that in the beginning, definitely the statue of Happy Prince was beautiful because he had a ruby on the hilt of his sword, two sapphires in his eyes, and his body was covered with gold. But once he started helping the people, poor people of his town, he started looking dull, and as he gave all his valuable gems and gold to the people. After that, he started looking shabby and dull, gray and dull, not shabby actually, gray and dull. Right? I hope this is clear. Next question is, why did the statue of Happy Prince cry? Why did the statue of Happy Prince cry? Yes, Sahib.
Yes, ma'am.
Unmute yourself.
The statue of Happy Prince started crying because when he was alive, when he was a human, he only saw all happiness around him when he was in his castle. And when he was dead, his ministers made a statue of him tall around the city, in the city, tall in the city, and he could see all the misery and grief of the people. So he had only seen the happiness around him when he was alive. So he could not see the grief and sorrow of people.
Right answer. Harshit, your answer is also right, what you have written in chat box. Statue of Happy Prince cried after seeing the misery of his people. When he was alive, he never knew what sorrow was because he led a happy life and he died happy also. But when he died, his statue was placed on a tall column in the city from where he could see his town, and when he saw the misery of the people of his town, he started crying. I hope this answer is clear. Moving further, describe briefly the playwright's appearance and condition. The playwright's appearance and condition. Yes. Sachet, unmute करें बेटा. Sachet, unmute yourself. I think he's not able to. Sachet, unmute yourself, bete. Okay, he's not able to get me maybe. Sorry. Yes, Vidya, boliye beta.
Yes, ma'am. The swallow described, no, the prince described the young man who was a playwright as a person with brown and crisp hair, and his lips are red as a pomegranate, and he has large and dreamy eyes. And he's leaning. He said that the man was leaning over a desk covered with papers and glass by his side with a bunch of withered violets. And he was actually trying to finish a play for the director of the theater, but he was too cold to write anymore and was very hungry too.
So this you need to write in the middle bit. He was very hungry too, won't be at the end. It should be in a sequence. So ये आप in between लिखेंगे when we are talking about his appearance. After the appearance, we are talking about his condition, right? And when we talk about condition, so we will say that he had become faint for the want of food, right? Because he fainted. He was cold as there was no fire in his garret, right? And then you will write he was leaning over a desk with a paper to finish his play. So first we'll discuss the physical appearance, then we'll talk about the condition. And next question is, why was the swallow keen to go to Egypt? Why was the swallow keen to go to Egypt? Ishita, unmute yourself, bete. इशिता?
Yes.
हाँ जी।
The swallow was keen to go to Egypt as his friends were waiting in Egypt, and he wanted to enjoy the environment of Egypt.
He wanted to. He wanted to. कौन सा environment बेटे? What his friends were enjoying. He has mentioned that in the chapter. मनकिरत बोलिए बेटा.
Yes, ma'am. The swallow wanted to go to the Egypt because all his friends had gone there. But after giving the sapphires from the eyes, the prince had gone blind. So the swallow felt the misery to the prince. So he decided to remain there with the prince to help him.
Beta, my question is, Mankirat, that why was the swallow keen to go to Egypt? I'm not saying that why did he change his decision. My question is not that. Why did he change his decision? My question is, why was he keen to go there? क्यों जाना चाहता है?
Because his all friends had gone to the Egypt, so he was left behind.
Yes, he was left behind. They were enjoying flying around the Nile, and they were talking to the flowers. Is there any line, such line in the chapter where he described how his friends were enjoying? Moreover, it was beginning of the winter season in at that place, and Egypt being warm, he wanted to go there. So 2 points इसमें आप cover करेंगे. One, about his friends, how they were enjoying. Second, the weather. कि यहाँ पे वहाँ पे ठंड होने वाली थी, स्नोफॉल स्टार्ट होने वाला था, बट इजिप्ट being warm, he plans to go there. हाँ जी, I hope I'm clear.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Excuse me,
बेटे.
ma'am.
हाँ जी बेटे. So our next question is, how did the little swallow show great courage by staying with the happy prince? How did he show courage by staying with the happy prince? Yes, Shrey.
Yes, ma'am. The swallow showed courage by staying with the happy prince as the winter season was coming, and the swallow it was the swallows didn't like winter season. It She knew she would die if she would live in the cold season, but then even she lived with the happy prince to save the poor, help the poor.
To help the poor. But he decided to stay when everything was gone.
Because the prince was then blind as his.
How was he courageous in doing that? Handy. So anyone else? Sure, this is right, but there's... Yes, beta, बोलिए.
Since the prince had given away the sapphires of his eyes to the needy people, he became blind, and from which, touched by his kindness and to give him support, the swallow decided to stay with the prince.
Right answer, but how was it a bold decision? Courageous decision कैसे था ये?
Ma'am, may I?
हाँ जी, बोलिए रिद्या.
Ma'am, it was a courageous decision of the bird to stay with the prince because he knew that there were consequences, and he could have died by helping the prince. So he showed courage without thinking about his own life and helping the prince and the needy people in the city.
Why would have he died?
Ma'am, because of the cold,
Ma'am, yeah.
the
Yes,
growing cold.
yes, yes. The decision was courageous because he knew that he could die as the weather was quite cold. Moreover, he had to survive on the what we can say crumbs which he picked up from outside the baker's shop, and to keep himself warm, he had to flap his wings. Even then, he was sure that he wouldn't survive after doing these things, but he did not drop his idea of staying with the prince. So his decision was courageous. I hope all the answers are clear to you. We have today we have discussed extra questions of chapter In the Kingdom of Fools and extra questions of the chapter Happy Prince. Is there any doubt? If there is, we can discuss that question again. All right, so I'll end the session here.